Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Around the Table GTA. And it's been a while, you guys already know how it is, but the biggest reason for the disappearance this time is mainly because it's been summer. I've been outside, and if you've been getting the hints from some of the older episodes, the main reason why I haven't been doing episodes is because I've been driving. I've been outside. I've been enjoying the hot weather. Unfortunately, I still haven't gone to the beach every year since 2020. I've been saying, "Oh, I gotta go to the beach," do that anime beach episode, but it still hasn't happened. And we're near the end of the summer, at least where I'm living right now. It's getting chilly at night, and this is actually earlier than last year, but we've had a hot summer, so it's something that I'm definitely not too upset about, right? That's just the nature of living in this country. And if I want that to change, I gotta leave or, become a snowbird. Hopefully, I could win the lottery sometime soon and just travel the world and enjoy myself and eat. Anyways, this episode is going to be about driving because I've been doing things to drive myself in a better direction recently. I've given up certain stuff so that I could focus more, and I've been kind of noting, at least in my head, to do this or stop doing this and just push myself to get to a better version of myself. I've cleaned up a bit, even though I know I could clean up more, and I've been taking a little bit more time to slow down things, at least when I'm at home, so that I could figure out what's next on my list. I've been also kind of thinking of doing certain things that are a little bit more challenging or pushing myself to do more things that are uncomfortable for me, right? I ran into this Instagram page that does like 90-day challenges, and there's like a prompt, and then you have to follow through with the prompt. But I haven't really followed through most of it, right? So I gotta visit it. But another thing that I did do recently was my main account. Instead of staying on that, I basically let everybody know who actually does pay attention. I'm not going to be posting there much. If I'm posting, it's going to be for episodes, and basically turn my main phone into a tablet. And I got a new phone as well, so that's going to be like a clean cut. And on that new phone, the only distraction really is the Instagram for this channel, this page, this podcast, so I could focus and brainstorm there. And my podcast channel is more like anything that I'm following there is more for me to get inspiration or to focus. There's one meme page of like silly things. So, you sometimes you want to give yourself a break and do different things, right? This episode's supposed to be about driving, but I'm going to do a double entendre where drive can mean physically driving like a car or something, or also driving yourself mentally. So recently, I have been driving a lot more, like I've said prior. Um, I actually restarted this episode because I used the wrong mic and it kind of sounded really distorted. So I had to switch it up and get back into the groove. And yeah, just with driving, it hasn't been too long, but I feel pretty confident. I would say I'm above average, at least where I live, beyond above average where I live, just because we have like some of the craziest drivers in the country and the insurance rate is insane. But I'm doing it because I'm still doing smaller things to build up to a bigger goal, right? And I think that what I'm doing now to drive myself is maybe every month I'm going to go back and reflect on the goals that I want to achieve, right? Because it's so easy to get caught up in different things, or you might be interested in someone and then your plans change due to that, or you might get even distracted by your friends or family and you kind of forget where you're going. And I feel that's like a reoccurring theme in my life. So I'm trying to put more of the steering wheel in front of myself and drive myself to what I think I truly want. And sometimes it's not about the destination, it's the journey, right? And that's how I've been feeling driving. Sometimes I want to go somewhere, or sometimes I want to go somewhere that I am familiar with, but in a completely different area, so that I can get experience and I could kind of coast around and see more of the world and in a different way, right? I used to use public transit a lot. I'm a bit of a hippie. Also, it does help save money, right? But I've been planning on driving for years, so right now it's not really affecting me any worse than I was before. I had an arrangement with a friend. I'm actually saving a little bit more money this way because of the different things that me and my friend would do after work or while I would get a ride. So it's dealing with one person instead of both of us or multiple people who would potentially get driving, right? Um, I definitely enjoy driving faster, right? Highway driving is definitely interesting. You got some crazy people on the highway, and it's something that's exhilarating, but at the same time, it can be stressful. I know I'm the type of person I kind of avoid the highway, not because I'm scared of going fast. It's knowing that I'm gonna get used to going fast, and I don't want to be a dangerous driver, right? And especially when you're starting to do something, you want to make sure that you develop the proper skills, right? Like for me, I've always been weird on right turns, and I'm still trying to correct that because if you don't correct it, it's gonna stick with you forever, right? It's like sitting in a bad posture. It will affect you in time, right? But overall, if you are thinking about driving and is it worth it? It's 100% worth it. You have more control of your time. Um, Time is, it just moves different. It's a different flow, right? You're not standing at a bus stop or waiting on somebody and you're on their time, and in that time you're trapped in whatever distance it is from you to your destination. But when you're driving, you're in that same kind of trap, but it's on your time, right? It's just like when you're wasting your time versus like maybe your parents wasting your time, or if you're older, your kids are want to do something, so you have to go thing, and then your time is there because you're happy for your kids or whatever, or you're doing your parents a favor, so you're going to go visit them, and then it's a chunk of time. You might be happy with it, but you can think of different things that you'd want to do instead, right? I know that kind of sounds mean, a little bit selfish, but some people are selfish. I'm not saying I'm necessarily selfish, but some things are selfish, but they're not really selfish because everybody thinks about it, I guess. I don't know. That's the rationale I'm going to use. But overall, um, driving it's fun, right? You just have 100% control, and that's a thing that I've been kind of realizing where sometimes, like, I'll just get to when I initially started driving it, it felt kind of like a drag because I was put in this position. I didn't have to, like, wait for anything, but at the same time, it's like I have to get up, I have to go get my car, I have to go get gas. I like it's me, 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 and you have to do it, right? But at the same time, it's better than running after the bus or waiting in the cold, or especially in my city, being on public transit in the summertime. You can't freaking breathe because some people smell so bad, and it's just a nice breath of fresh air being in your own vehicle, and you can control that, right? So it's good, and it's just, I feel like it's the natural progression of life where to truly be in control of your life, sometimes you have to put yourself in situations where only you could get the result, right? And it's what I tell younger people when I run into them, where sometimes you don't want a responsibility like getting a job. You need to get a job, and it gives you experience. It puts you into different environments with other people. It shows you how you truly are, right? Like for me, I know I'm an introverted extrovert, right? And based off the test, I'm the most introverted extrovert, right? But I had a very crazy experience, and it has put me into like introvert core to the point where I could be in places and just not talk to anybody and kind of be fine with it, which does seem very strange. But when you go through certain things, you just view life different. And that's the thing about experience. That's the thing about driving yourself, where you could always imagine how things would be, but you won't know until you're putting yourself in that situation. And that's what I've done this year. And I'm planning to do more stuff like that, right? To truly experience life, you have to take a risk. And sometimes it's not even really a risk, it's just pushing yourself out of a comfort zone, right? And making sure that you're outside of this whole narrative of this is how it's supposed to be, right? It's up to you to figure out if this is how it's supposed to be or not. You're in control of your life for a good portion of it, right? And as much as it doesn't seem like it at times, there are different things that you can control, right? Like, I have a friend who's living at a different part of the world right now because they have a goal and they kind of plan it out, and so far it seems to be working out for them, right? And I have friends who have done some different things and they're not where they want to be, or they're in a place where they could have definitely avoided, right? And I'm not laughing because it's, or like I'm not trying to be like cynical laughing, but it's just like, it's really hard for you to think sometimes. Like, you could use your logical mind and be like, this is a horrible idea, but sometimes when you use your logical mind to try something and you think it's a bad idea and you just do it, it freaking works. Right? There's a lot of stuff that I'll probably leave for another episode where I kind of chanced it and it worked, right? There's a reason why they say, you could fake it till you make it or whatever too, right? You can rewire your brain to be a different version of yourself. And if you're crazy enough, you could dissociate and potentially like split your personality, but you don't want to be that fake, right? That's something that eats you, right? So it's kind of better to be genuine and drive yourself to be a more confident person, right? Like, some people, they have a problem with talking to people or public speaking, so they'll do like a challenge where they have to talk to someone every day, or do something embarrassing every day, so that the feeling of shame isn't as intense, right? Sometimes we could use little hacks to kind of boost where we want to go, right? It's crazy how I had this episode, I was just going to be talking about driving and everything, but I'm going to say driving part one. This is going to be driving part one, even though we didn't talk too much about driving. I'm going to start up driving part two after this, but hopefully you guys did like this episode. I'm dipping my feet back into everything. I also do have my guest episode. It's pretty long. I have to edit it, right? So I guess that's what's going to be in the works. I am predicting maybe around mid-September to drop it, and I'm going to be pushing a lot more episodes. I might even do 2 episodes a month now, or not a month, my bad. Oops. I mean 2 episodes a week, just because I know I'm busy in September. If certain things work out, I'll be busy in October as well, and I still have a ton of vacation. And with my birthday coming up in November, there's going to be downtime there too, and depending on how certain things happen, Christmas and those times will be pretty busy as well. But I'm driving myself to do more and be more, and hopefully you guys enjoy this journey with me. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next episode. Take care.